Well, good day to you. It's actually night time here, as you can see by the darkness outside. And I've literally just woken up. One challenge that I have with doing subconscious surgery is it's an incredibly energetic process. If you've seen any of my other videos, you'll see that I physically feel and experience the emotions and feelings that my clients did when they first originally kind of had that emotional belief system embedded in their system. And this morning I had an ongoing client who had a lot of emotional abuse as a child. Both her parents were abusive, predominantly her mother. And then she ended up in an abusive marriage. And what it is a pattern. When you get taught at a very early age that, you don't have any value, you're there to be abused, you end up in multiple abusive relationships. You attract them because that's your norm. That's what you expect. That's your, world view. Relationships are abusive. And, the challenge is you can also get into an abusive relationship and then eventually get out of it. But you're still, even though you're single, in an abusive relationship. Because our internal thoughts, our chatter, our mind, the abuse that we give ourselves, the way we beat ourselves up on a moment-by-moment basis with how we treat ourselves. We make a mistake and we go, oh, you fucking idiot, you're stupid. Why did you do that? Or you get an opportunity, it's like, oh, I'm just, I'll never do that. It never works out for me. It's, I'm no good. I haven't got that skill. They're better than me. And you compare. And that is an abusive relationship. People don't realize. And mindfulness, the heart of Buddhism, Buddhist mindfulness, ultimately, is being mindful of the way we speak to ourselves in our minds and the way we use language out loud, because everything has power. Words have power. Words have energy. Abracadabra. I create as I speak, or I create what I speak. It's kind of a, not direct translation. And then I had another session with another, again, long-standing client that we've been helping along the journey, and she'd kind of encountered recently some insecurities around relationships, and she's an incredibly beautiful and stunning and amazing, young lady, and she never, takes the opportunity to approach men. And we've got this kind of patriarchal system kind of ingrained in us that, men should make the first move and things like that. And I think, but we are steadily coming out of that. I get approached quite often, by women. And I know women are more and more confident in taking that opportunity. But in her case, she was only doing it with ones that fitted within her comfort zone. The really ones that, really she wanted and really desired, she held back. And they, her belief was that if they didn't approach her, then they weren't interested. But a lot of men are the same. A lot of the men, I don't have, even the really good-looking ones, they don't necessarily have that self-confidence. Everybody's got their own little insecurities, and you'd be surprised, who out there has got a low self-worth and self-opinion of themselves. So don't take opportunities when they're presented. So they were two very, very energetic and powerful sessions, and just totally knocked me out. I think I finished my second session at about, it must have been 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock-ish. And I just thought I'll have a quick nap because I was so wiped out. It was such a, an emotional processing it all out. And I woke up at like 5:30 in the afternoon. That was after I had a full night's sleep as well. So sometimes you just got to rest and transmute that energy. And I think both of those, they were over in the US kind of time zones, so they were going straight to bed as well. So it helps with integration. Sleep really helps with integration. When you're learning something or training something or absorbing new information, when we sleep, we create what we call structural tension. These are the brain's neural pathways wiring and integrating what we've just, experienced. So hydration and sleep are very good for learning, and also having fun with it. I know it kind of sounds strange, dealing with traumas and having fun, but it can be a very, cathartic and, ecstatic experience, because you're shedding, trauma and stress and pain that you have experienced and have been in your system for years. It can be very euphoric because you feel the weight lift and the stress, just detach from your body, and you feel amazing, you feel different, and it's a beautiful experience. And I think that's what makes it worthwhile for me. Is, yes, I go through all the trauma, and yes, I feel that the child and in pain and the trauma and the abuse, but I also feel when it releases, and I feel the ecstasy and the joy and the release, afterwards as well. So that makes it all the worthwhile to feel the difference in my clients, and how then they experience life so much differently, no longer triggered by events and situations that would usually restrict them immensely. So I just thought I would share, and hope you're having a wonderful day. Love and peace.